result and the performance this evening?
No, I think performance first was a really good performance. Congratulations to the players. We gave them a lot of information in a very short space of time. Most of it boring. Walkthroughs on the pitch. Long meetings in the meeting room. But they took it on board and they executed what we wanted to do well. It was a good game. It was an open game first half. Not too many big chances. But second half we just got on top of them a little bit. And eventually I think the first goal was always going to be crucial. And thankfully we got that.
What did you change at half time, or was there any changes at all in the way, in what you asked the players to do? Because it did appear to be the pace upped in the second half. You were more on the front foot in the second half.
I think you have to recognise the fact that both teams are fresh in the first half and you're going at it. We're putting a good team. Everybody knows Ukraine are a good team. So we just spoke to them at half time about keeping up the momentum in the game, staying quick in the game, trying to force the ball through, pass through midfield war, find the spaces, create the chances. And we certainly did that second half. It took us a long time to get or longer maybe than we thought to get the first goal. We missed a few decent chances, but then the first goal goes in. John does what he does well, good finish. And from there you could see the players had a good belief and a good confidence, and it was nice for the two substitutes, Ryan and Lyndon, to come off the bench and obviously make the scoreline better.
With so many chances just going past the post or hit the crossbar, was there any point that you thought it wasn't going to be your night?
I think not really. I think when you're on the bench or when you're on the side of the pitch and you're watching and you know your team's creating chances, you know your team's got good forward momentum, you're just waiting. You're actually expecting one of them to go in because you're creating so many good chances that you believe in your players and you trust them to get the goal, and that's what happened.
Was it the most complete performance since you took over?
Nah, that's a bit much. It was a good performance and we're really pleased with it. But now we have to go away, reset and get ready to go again Saturday.
Yeah, and finally for me, it looks in terms of the group, a couple of draws actually could see you end up as top.
Now we go away, we rest, we recover, we get ready for a tough game against the Republic of Ireland at the weekend. Obviously we went out there in the summer and we didn't do ourselves justice, and we want to do ourselves justice on Saturday.
Steve, when you look at the Scotland team that you picked and the system that you played, how helpful was that, and what does it say about their adaptability that they were able to work it well tonight? Well,
I've been saying for a little while that I want a squad that's capable of playing more than one system. We had a lot of good results playing with the three at the back. I just felt tonight with the options I had, the way I read the game in the summer, what we could do to try and be better was maybe to occupy the wider areas of the pitch a little bit better. So that was the thinking. But obviously it's easy to talk about. The players have to go out there and they have to execute it. I thought the back four was good. No shots to speak of. We defended well. We had good pace at the back. And that allows you to press the game a little bit higher up the pitch. So, yeah, it worked well in this one. We have to make sure it works just as well in the next one.
One of the downsides tonight, I have to ask about this, is Nathan Patterson and his injury. How is he?
Obviously, we don't know because he's got to go away and get assessed, but it doesn't look like a good one. So, fingers crossed, it's not too bad.
I know you mentioned John McGinn there, just in terms of what he has given, the amount of key goals he's got, sum up. I think it was his 50th cap tonight as well, so obviously a milestone for him there.
Yeah, it's nice for him to score on his 50th cap. John scored a lot of goals. I don't think it is his 50th, 49 I think. Right. 50 on Saturday, and hopefully he gets another goal on his 50th.
We'll set him up for that, and then that's fair.
Is it pleasing for any manager when you make those substitutions, and you touched on it, but Ryan Fraser and Lyndon Dykes just having the impact they had late in the game?
It's credit to the players. Both of them had I'd say both of them probably had the hump with the head coach. They didn't start the game, but that's what you want. You want a hungry group. And I said to them afterwards, the work they do in the preparation is important. We've obviously scored off 2 corners, so it means that when we're doing the corners and we're going through the set plays, Austin's doing his work. Those boys that are coming off the bench are also listening to the message. They're also listening to what the movement should be. It's always nice for the players to go on and prove a coach right, but I'm not taking any credit for it. It's down to the players.
You said you wanted forward momentum again in this Scotland side. Do you feel that's exactly what you've got now after this performance?
Well, it's a step forward. I think everybody forgets just how disappointed the players were in the summer. They wanted to show everybody what they were about tonight. They wanted to put on a good performance. Obviously, they wanted to win because we want to qualify for the A groups. We want to be good going forward, and tonight was the start, hopefully, of another good run of matches.
Last questions?
Was Ireland the ideal game next, given what happened in the last game in Dublin? Is that the game you think these players want next?
I'd rather, without being disrespectful, I'd rather play San Marino. No, listen, it's just another game. It's a game that we have to rest. Obviously, the Irish have got a clear week preparation. So the most important thing for us is to go away, assess again what we did tonight well, look at the way the Irish play because they play a different system, and decide the best way to play the game at the weekend, and hopefully we can have a similar performance and certainly a similar result.
That's what Steve, I mean, you said in the build-up that everything, didn't go in our favour ahead of the last game. It didn't suit us the preparations for the last game against Ukarine. It did look as if there was players out there with a real point of view, and you've got to hope that that's the same attitude then going into the Republic of Ireland game, given that was such a disappointment.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. These boys want to be successful for their country. They've shown that over a number of matches. In football, things don't always go your way. You get difficult moments. The key thing is to respond to that. So we've responded tonight, but we have to respond again on Saturday because we want to be in a position going to Poland to play Ukraine in the last game where we have a realistic chance of being top of the section.
Steve, Nathan going off was obviously a blow, but what did you think of Aaron Hickey when he came on? And is the strength and depth that you've now got with guys like Billy Gilmore, Ryan Fraser, Aaron Hickey on the bench particularly pleasing for you, pleasing aspect of it?
It's nice. I was pleased for Aaron. Obviously, I've asked him a couple of times the big question, and everybody forgets his age, his experience. So I think tonight he probably felt more like an international player. He grew into the game really well. He came in. I thought he was really good, and it wasn't an easy job to come off and play against Mudryk, who a lot of people are looking at. He's got good pace. He dealt with them well. It's good. We have good strength and depth, and that's what we're trying to build. And you need a good squad. Obviously, 3 games in a very short space of time. You need a good squad to win these matches.
Did you feel there was an element of risk in going in with the 4 because the two?
Yeah, because you guys would have caned me if I got it wrong.
But the centre half, the full backs pushing on, your centre halves were quite exposed, more exposed than you've been comfortable having our centre halves exposed throughout the last couple of years. Steve, it was a bold move.
Like I say, it comes with looking at the opposition and realising what their strengths are and trying to find a way to combat them without taking too much away from your own strengths. So, yeah, it worked well tonight, and it certainly gives us another option as we move forward and how we want to play, whether a back 3 or a back 4.
Must be very satisfied with the performance of the two centre halves.
Really good, both. Obviously, Scott McTominay's now getting experience in the English Premier League. I think Scott's shown that he's improving. He's still improving. He's a good player. He's improving. He will get better. Credit to Jack. I think 6 minutes off the bench. So a big performance for your first full game of the season. So it was nice to see, and two younger ones, not 2 younger ones that can be around for a long time. So it's good for everybody.
Chris, last question.
Yeah, it was just a point of note. Thankfully, it didn't have any bearing on the match, but how surprised were you that it wasn't a red card for that challenge on Adams?
I know most people sit here and say they haven't seen it, but I genuinely haven't looked back at it because obviously the result makes it a little bit inconsequential. Don't try and say big words if you can't pronounce them. But it's the boys tell me that it was a tough challenge. I was saying to the 4th that it was over aggressive, but they chose to make it a yellow. It didn't affect the night for us. Thankfully, Shea's okay, so we move on to the next game.
Okay. Just finally with Nathan injury, would you like to bring anyone else in for the next couple of games? Or?
On that position, I'm covered because I've got Tony in the squad, Tony Ralston. But obviously, David Turnbull's dropped out. Nathan's dropped out, so I will bring at least 1, maybe 2 players. But we have a massive injury list as well, so we have to be careful who we bring in.
Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thanks, Liz.
You